So sometimes it's a little hard just to get your data into a graphic in some way, but at the same time you want people to be remembering it, especially remember the big idea that's sort of sitting behind that. And one way to do that is what I call a data sandwich. I know it's a bit of a hokey sort of name, but the idea is that you top and tail your data with the story. You fill the contents, if you like, or the data contents, you wrap it with a story. Makes it more digestible, it makes it easy for the medicine to go down, right? And I'll give you a little example. My daughter actually pointed me to this, because you know, she's great for just coming up with stories, finding stories. And this little story actually is set in Sweden, in a little town in Sweden, a place called Karlskoga. 27,000 inhabitants, right? It's probably about 400 or 500 kilometres, you know, west of Stockholm. And they were doing a gender, sort of reviewing the policies and procedures of their council from a gender perspective. They're trying to sort of see which things were gender biased. Anyway, one of the people in the council, probably a bit put out by all this study, sort of just quipped something along the lines of, at least the snow clearing, you know, is something that gender people will keep their noses out of, right? And of course, what did the gender team go? They go, we're going to have a look at snow clearing. And of course, when they looked at snow clearing, they've discovered that the way in which just about every city in the world clears their snow is it starts off with the big roads, and then it gets the smaller roads and the smaller roads, and then the footpaths, you know, right down to the end. Now, it turns out that in some ways this is a little bit gender biased, because the data shows pretty clearly that the majority of trips that women are making in big cities and in small cities are through a range of different transport types, right? And different ways of travelling. So, they'll be jumping on public transport. They'll be jumping off on the public transport onto the footpaths. They'll be, going to different ways in different approaches. You sort of see these are, Chicago 63%, Philadelphia 64% of this movement through public transport. And then they're more complex travel paths. They might be doing it in all sorts of different types of ways of getting around. Now, this is not every woman, of course, but when you look at the data in its full sense, you've got the situation where a lot of women are actually travelling on these smaller roads, which are cleared last. And guess what? They're getting injured, right? They're slipping, they're breaking hips, they're breaking legs. There's some serious injuries going on. So these guys came up with a very simple solution. Let's just clear the roads around the other way. And they did that. And they had this massive impact, reduced the injuries, reduced the cost, and it's now something that lots of other places around the world are starting to adopt. So that's a data sandwich. Pretty simple, hey? Just get your data, crunch it inside a story, and people will remember that story more than they're going to remember just a table of the data.